So today we're just getting to know your face painter.
Okay.
Nothing but good vibes. Let's get this started right. Life's a groove, moving smooth, taking flight.
My name is Brooke with Pure Energy Entertainment, and this is
Janie Galindo, and I'm with Koala Art, and I'm based out of DFW.
awesome.
Texas.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Even though I drove 4.5 hours. Like Texas is so big.
It is.
I've met a lot of face painters online all over Texas, and they're like, "Oh, I'm 6 hours. I'm 7 hours from you." I'm like, Texas is huge. It's crazy. But when did you get started face painting?
Okay, so I got started after my twins were born. My twins were born, and it's a funny story. So I ended up leaving my job because my department ended up consolidating. Like they kind of went away, and so I became a stay-at-home mom.
What were you doing at the job?
I was in bankruptcy department at a bank. And so I had been working there for like 4 or 5 years. I had been there for a while. Before that, I was a banker for the same amount of time.
Wow.
And so I had been in banking for a total of 10 years.
Really? I didn't know that. That's so cool.
A long time. So when I left, I had already wanted to become a stay-at-home mom. Like once I had my twins, I was like, this is baby number 4 and 5. So I was just like, this is so much. I'm constantly like, I just felt like I was being pulled so much, and I was worried about them too because they were born so premature. And then so I became a stay-at-home mom, but I had really bad postpartum depression, and it just so happened to coincide. Like, I'm like, this is how God works, because in my college education, I had to take my art classes because I used to be an art major. So I had to take my art classes, and so I did.
What were you gonna do with your art degree?
I really enjoy just art, like murals, painting, and things like that. I enjoy all kinds of art. I went through a phase where I really like charcoal, charcoal drawings, and erasing, and it's really messy. It's really, really messy.
Yeah, but it's so soothing.
It's really
and
interesting.
You can hours. I used to do charcoal too, like just get lost in that.
And it's a lot of work, but like I don't know, it's something that, like you said, you get lost in it. You don't have to. It's like I'm not thinking about everything else going on. I'm just focusing on this thing right now.
And the people who like charcoal art know that it is interpreted, you know, in the way. So you see what you're gonna see.
Yes.
I may see something else. Somebody else sees something, but it's the same picture, and that's the beautiful thing I loved about it.
It's the same tone, or it's the same color in different tones. So so that's kind of like.
So you just wanted to learn more.
Yes, I just wanted to learn more about art, and it really helped with my postpartum depression. Like it really helped me come back alive, I would say, because I was in a really hard place. It was a really hard place when I went through that, and now I think back, it's like it feels like it was ages ago because I can't even describe it no more. Like I don't remember, but I remember feeling really down a lot.
That was after your twins?
That was after my twins. I had a near-death experience with their pregnancy. It was really, really hard.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like that's when death became real to me. It's hard to explain, but
I had a stroke when I had my daughter. So we were just talking about, you know, I was telling her my daughter never wants to wear shoes, and people are always asking where's her shoes. I'm like, I pick my battles because literally you look at life different when you almost lose your life and you have kids and you know you need to be there for their kids. It's not worth nothing to me is worth the stress anymore. I'm not gonna dwell on things. I'm not gonna I just can't I need to move on and be happy and peaceful, and I need to be here. We need to be here for our kids, you know, and it does so I get it. I get what you're saying. Like you can explain it, but it changes your whole perspective on how you live, how you see other. You don't even want to mess with mess.
Right.
You silly?
No, that's exactly kind of what happened. How my life changed too, in that way. Like I let my son wear his Spider-Man pajamas places, and I don't care. I'm like, he loves his Spider-Man. This is what makes him happy, and it's so simple.
Exactly.
It's such a simple thing that I can say yes to, because I feel like as moms, we say no to a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I always try to find opportunities to say yes to my children.
Yeah, I love that. It is the little things. Like the other day we were running outside and my husband's being a little bit more open to joining us, like, because I always go barefoot in the grass and do grounding.
Oh, really?
We play kickball and stuff, and she just was running back and forth. She was running back and forth to us, like hugging. She's so happy that we were outside with her, like doing the silliest stuff, you know? And it makes just a big difference in how they develop and how they feel loved and how they in turn like love other people, I think, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So then how did you decide that you want to start face painting?
Yeah, so I decided, like, you know, when I worked in finance was my world. I had to keep up with everything in finance, right? I had to keep up with the laws of bankruptcy. And that just, you work 40 hours a week or even more, and that just becomes your world. And I was like, I want art to be my world. I don't want finance to be my world for the rest of my life. So that's how I saw it. I was like, I want to change my life, and I'm choosing art to be my world. And that's kind of how I started. But I didn't start right away. I was like trying to figure out what kind of art.
Yeah,
right?
Because there's so many different ventures and avenues. Yeah.
To be honest, so my sister, I have two little sisters. I'm the oldest. My middle sister loved getting her face painted when she was little. And so because of her, I was like, maybe I should try face painting. And she doesn't even know this, but my sister means the world to me, and she knows that though. She knows that she's my baby. I love her. I mean, I was cooking at 7 years old for her, like cooking meals for my little sister. Like, I love her. I always have taken care of her. And I just knew that brought her so much joy. And I knew I wanted to work with kids too.
You worked in ministry with kids. Were you a youth leader?
I did. Yes, I did with the littles, with the pre-K. And I did that for a long time, and then I did youth as well, and I enjoyed it. But then once I had so many kids, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to take care of kids. Like, I don't want to do the daycare part, but I still want to work with kids. So I was like, face painting, like that incorporates art and that incorporates working with kids. And I think like that's the biggest part for me. Look, do my little
our paparazzi.
Yes.
I like that you can put a kid on the chair, paint them, and then
I don't have to watch them the rest of the day. And I enjoy the interaction.
Yes.
I enjoy hearing what you have to say. I enjoy asking you questions. I enjoy all that, but I really don't want to feed you, clean you, all
we
those
do that
things.
already at home, yeah.
Yes, we
Okay,
do.
Titi.
We do the non-fun stuff. We get to do the fun stuff.
Yes, yeah, right. It's kind of like how grandparents say, I'm going to keep them for the day and then give them back.
And then give them back.
Yeah.
That's
That's kind of the joy of it, I think, yeah.
I think so too. So for me, I think face painting is a good place.
You're silly. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie. Earlier when you said that you had that was your fourth and fifth child.
Yeah.
My whole heart dropped because I was like, I struggle with my one. I can't imagine, but I think I have like a newfound respect for moms that have one or even more, any kind of kids. Oh my goodness! Even doing this interview, we had to stop a few times.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. But I think that's one thing that all of us face painters, most of us have. I've met some that don't have that thing, but like, we do have like a love for kids, and you have to want to be around kids, and you have to want to be a part of that joyful moment, I think, to be successful in this business. And I see you have that. So that's why I was so excited to come and meet you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's important to me for kids to enjoy and have happy moments, because coming from ministry, I mean, sometimes I unfortunately heard the bad stories, the sad stories from kids and from their parents. So I know that if I'm able to bring joy for a moment while they're sitting in my chair and they can go home, and I always make sure to tell like all the girls, they always feel so beautiful and this things like that. I'm like, you were already beautiful, like, before you got your face painted. Like, I always want them to leave feeling better about themselves and they came. So it's really nice to have that opportunity. I think that's the other reason why I want to say I'm niche down to like kids' birthday parties, because I used to try to branch out to do adult stuff and whatnot, but I'm like, I don't think that was for me. Yeah. I'm like, and that's okay. And that's okay. If it's not for me, like, I tried it though. I tried it and I realized it wasn't for me, and I was just like, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that. I'm good. I'm good where I am.
Well, I think it's important, like you said, you mentioned earlier before we came on, you know, that's the one thing about being an artist is you get to be who you want to be. It's not necessarily, I don't have to do my unicorn like this person or, you know, my cat like this. I don't have to be a certain type of artist to be a face painter. Yes. Everybody still has their own style and their own spirit and their own, like even dressing up, you know. So it's everything. You get to create your own persona and be, but you still, we all share joy the same, you know.
I love that about what we do. I don't even want to say our job because it doesn't feel like a job sometimes, because I do this because I enjoy it. I don't do this because I have to. Like, you know, this is the only way I can make my family money. Like when I was in banking, that's kind of like, I have to go to this job. Like this is how I make my family money. Like I do this because I want to. Like I'm able to.
Yes.
Right. It brings me so much joy. So
that's good.
It's a different than working a corporate job for sure.
For sure. And I also think like depending on where you're at in the face painting world too, or what you're like, to me, I feel like it's work. I love it and I'm glad to work and I'm thankful to work, but it is really, really, this is my full time and this is how I financially provide, you know, my part to our family. So I think we're all in such different areas too. And some of us hire other face painters or we work by ourselves. Like you said, you just do kids parties. Other people do you know, I just interviewed some ladies who do like stilt walking and balloons and face painting and all these other things. So it's like there's a whole, like you have to find your world within this world, like and life truly is what you make it, you know. But if you find what you love, I feel like God will open the doors for you. Like you just see things kind of fall in place when you're in the right direction. And I think on my journey, once I really like stopped trying. I have a bachelor's in math, and I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Math, I'm like, I'm horrible at math.
Really? And you're a banker?
Girl, no, that's laws. Math?
Oh, the bankruptcy, yeah.
Yeah, no. We use a calculator.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. But I felt like I was trying to find my place in so many different ways, and when I really like just kind of let go and was like, well, maybe face painting is it. It's like,
really?
I got propelled into, I feel like, and now like my life is just so different because of face painting, you know. So I feel like you're telling kind of the same story, you know, like once you just kind of like, no, I'm gonna do what I want and what makes me happy, and because life is short and you just never know, and you've got to live it to the fullest, you know. So I'm glad that you're able to do that too for you and your family.
I'm like super grateful to my partner for giving me the opportunity though, because that's the other thing. I think our partners are so important to give us a space to find ourselves in that area, because I think if he wasn't the man he is, I wouldn't have had that space to be able to find myself in this way like I have. And not just the space, but the time, you know, me not working, me putting in time into something that we didn't know if it was going to be successful. We didn't know if, you know, I was going to be good at it. But, and he even tells me, he's like, at first when you told me, I thought you were crazy. He's like, I thought you were crazy because I'm like a serial entrepreneur. Like I'm always trying to think like, okay, how can I become an entrepreneur? Like, how can I do this? And then, also after leaving banking, because I was a single mom for very many years. And so I always had my own money. I bought my own house when I was 24. You know, my car was paid off, all these things. So like financially, I've always kind of taken care of myself. Like, thank God, I've always made a way.
I need to know what kind of calculator you use. To make that happen.
Let me tell you, I got into banking so young.
Yeah.
And because I got into banking so young,
it's a good career.
It makes you financially stable because you get to learn from your customers and your coworkers. Your coworkers teach you the way, because
what to do and then what not to do from the customers, right? With bankruptcy, I could imagine.
Yes, for sure. And it makes me really cautious. It makes me really cautious. But I wouldn't have been able to find my way if it wasn't for him. That's a big thing.
The support is so real. Like it has to, you know, I've met some people whose spouses or partners don't support, and it's almost like you just trying to come up out of the water, but there's a wall there. you know, and that you can't, you can only go so long fighting somebody to be who you want to be and do what you want to do. So it's so important. If you have a passion, to be around people who are encouraging you. I had read something and it said like family is not like who's blood related. It's people who see your light and help you shine brighter. They have no intentions of holding you back. For sure. So that's what family is. And I think I'm glad we both have that.
And I really feel like you're doing that through this podcast or through this video that you shared, these segments. I really feel like, I know for me at least, when you reached out to me to ask me to do this, I have really bad imposter syndrome. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I really thought, I was like, is this like a, someone else's account? Did she get hacked? Like, what's going on? Because I was just like, I don't feel like I'm that good. I don't feel like you really knew me like that. Like, I was just like, did she message the wrong person? Like,
no, we've been following each other for years, and I knew you did face painting. And when I think of Dallas, I think of you because you're the person that I know here. Yes. And I did initially come to interview other face painters, but I knew if I was coming, I wanted to try to make space to meet you.
I love that. Yeah. You don't know this, but you're like, I look at you and I'm like, you're my face painting older sister. Like you are paving the way. You are showing others how to do it. And it's just like by being you and just showing us what you're doing, by how you're opening up on social media. I'm like, I really, I don't know. I take notes. I'm like, I'm watching you. I take notes. I'm like, I see how free you are, how happy you are with everything that you do. And I really do feel like you have a strategy behind it, though. I feel like it's not just, I'm just doing this. Like, you really put some thought into it. And so, you're like my face painting big sister. I always tell Brandon that that's my partner's thing. I always tell him, and it's funny because I didn't know you in person, but I always talk to him about you like I do know you. And he's always like, who are you talking about? And I'm like, broke the girl who
Thank you. I'm trying not to cry. I'm sitting here in awe. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like, I see how your art, like how we were talking earlier about how I'm learning that art, we can express it, and art is what we say, not what people tell us, or art, there's nothing wrong with my art. Like, I see your art, and it definitely gives that.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was telling someone the other day, they were like, girl, where do you find all the time to like make all this content? And I'm like, I definitely have lists. I have a planner. I'm like, there's a lot of things that I have in my phone or on TikTok and stuff that hasn't made it to Facebook yet, or like YouTube. I really do, like, I don't randomly do stuff. And I do also like follow my heart, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this tomorrow. I'm gonna do this. Like, I am very organized when it comes to like the business and posting and everything. So, but because it's important to me, and that is how I get hired so much, and it is part of my marketing plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so interesting.
So I'm also like a firm believer in being intentional. I think that if you're doing things without thinking about it, the reaction and the results will reflect that. So for me, if I'm intentional and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to do this, and this, that intention is to gain more business and to book more parties and to, reach more people, to encourage, to uplift, and it comes back because those are my intentions, and that's what I'm putting out. And you reap what you sow, right? So I feel like if you're not thinking about that, that's part of the problem. But if you do think about what you want to put out in this world and what you want to give and what you want to get back, it changes everything.
That's so good. Yeah, that's so good. That is so good, because I think about, I'm hearing you say that, what came to my mind is all those things that I say, I'm gonna post this, but I'm too scared to. And I'm just like, okay, so what am I sowing with the fear? Right. I'm not sowing customers. Like, none of those things are coming to me. Right.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then also if you're afraid and you don't do something and you have a relationship with God, guess what? God's going to send you something that's going to scare you in order to get rid of that fear. Because he's not, it's like where they say, be careful what you pray for peace, because he's going to send you a situation to try to stir you up so you can find peace. he's not going to give you peace. So yeah,
That's true.
you got to be mindful about that too. Yeah. I posted a thing of me dancing in like the Paw Patrol outfit, and it was like kind of really goofy. And I didn't know if I was going to share it, but my husband was like, what made you do that? I was like, I don't know. I just feel like just being myself and living life. And it got like a really good response. Actually, I booked a Paw Patrol party from it.
But you see, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to see your content.
Right.
Your next customer is going to see your content.
Or someone sees it and then they see someone else looking for somebody, and guess what? They think about you because you were just putting yourself out there.
That's so
you know?
true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. So if you are hesitant or you're afraid or you are not sure, like stop. Just do it. Just put yourself out there.
I love that.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, there you go, girl.
And everything will be okay. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Colors in the air, dancing in the light. This moment's ours, everything feels so bright.